Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Adam and Lina Podcast.
Hey there, we're thrilled to have you here with us today.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Lina. We help you speak English naturally and confidently in everyday situations.
If you find this video useful, please hit that like button and subscribe to Adam and Lina Podcast.
It really helps us create more content for you. Thank you.
Today, we're talking about something that affects every single aspect of our lives.
We're learning how to talk about habits in English.
Habits are the things we do repeatedly, sometimes without even thinking about them.
And being able to describe your habits is incredibly useful in conversations, job interviews, and when you're getting to know new people.
So, Lina, let me start with a question. What's a habit you've had for many years?
Oh, that's easy. I've been drinking a glass of warm lemon water every single morning for the past 5 years.
Wow, 5 years. That's impressive consistency. Why did you start that habit?
I read an article about the health benefits. It's supposed to help with digestion and boost your immune system.
And you've never missed a day in 5 years?
Well, maybe I've missed a few days when I was traveling, but I'd say 99% of the time I do it.
That's what we call a strong habit. What about you? What's one of your longest standing habits?
Great question. I've been writing in a journal every night before bed for about 7 years now.
7 years? That's amazing. What do you write about?
Just my thoughts, feelings, and reflections on the day. Sometimes I write about my goals or things I'm grateful for.
That sounds like a really healthy habit. Do you ever feel like skipping it?
Honestly, in the beginning, yes, but now it feels so natural that I actually feel uncomfortable if I don't do it.
That's the thing about habits, right? Once they become automatic, they're hard to break.
Exactly. Now let's talk about different types of habits. There are good habits and bad habits.
Right. Good habits are behaviors that have positive effects on our lives.
Like exercising regularly, eating healthy food, reading books, or getting enough sleep.
And bad habits are behaviors that can harm us or have negative consequences.
Like smoking, eating too much junk food, procrastinating, or spending too much time on social media.
Let's be honest here. We all have some bad habits, don't we?
Absolutely. Nobody's perfect. I have several bad habits I'm trying to break.
Really? Tell me about one.
I have a terrible habit of checking my phone first thing in the morning, even before I get out of bed.
Oh, I do that too. How long do you spend on your phone in the morning?
Sometimes 20 or 30 minutes. I scroll through Instagram, check emails, read the news. It's awful.
Why do you think it's a bad habit?
Because it wastes time and it puts me in a reactive mindset instead of a proactive one. I'm responding to other people's content instead of focusing on my own priorities.
That's a really insightful observation. Have you tried to break this habit?
I've tried several times. I even bought a real alarm clock so I could leave my phone in another room.
Did it work?
For about 2 weeks. Then I convinced myself I needed my phone in the bedroom for emergencies, and I fell back into the old pattern.
That's so relatable. Breaking bad habits is incredibly difficult.
What about you? What's one of your bad habits?
I have a habit of biting my nails when I'm stressed or anxious.
Oh no, how long have you been doing that?
Since I was a teenager, so about 15 years now, it's embarrassing.
Have you tried to stop?
Many times. I've tried that bitter nail polish that's supposed to discourage nail biting. I've tried keeping my hands busy with a stress ball.
But none of it worked?
It works temporarily, but whenever I get really stressed, I unconsciously go back to biting my nails.
That's the tricky thing about habits. They're often triggered by specific situations or emotions.
Exactly. Stress is my trigger. What triggers your phone checking habit?
I think it's boredom or curiosity. The moment I wake up, I wonder what happened while I was sleeping.
That makes sense. Now let's talk about the positive side. What good habits have you successfully built?
Well, besides the lemon water I mentioned, I've developed a habit of exercising 4 times a week.
4 times a week is fantastic. How long did it take to make that a habit?
It took me about 3 months of consistent effort before it started feeling automatic.
3 months? That's a significant commitment. What kept you motivated during that time?
I signed up for a gym membership and paid for 3 months in advance. I didn't want to waste money.
That's a smart strategy. Financial commitment can be a powerful motivator.
Also, I found a workout buddy. We hold each other accountable.
Accountability is huge. What kind of exercise do you do?
I do a mix: 2 days of strength training, 1 day of yoga, and 1 day of cardio like running or cycling.
That's a well-rounded routine. I need to learn from you.
What good habits have you built recently?
I've been reading for 30 minutes every day before bed for the past 6 months.
That's wonderful. What made you start that habit?
I realized I was spending way too much time watching TV and scrolling through my phone. I wanted to do something more enriching.
And reading was your solution?
Yes, I started with just 10 minutes a night and gradually increased it to 30 minutes.
Gradual progression is smart. Did you face any challenges?
At first, yes. Some nights I was so tired that reading felt like a chore.
How did you overcome that?
I made sure to choose books I was genuinely interested in, not books I thought I should read.
That's important. If you enjoy the activity, it's easier to maintain the habit.
Exactly. Now I actually look forward to my reading time.
Let's talk about the language we use to describe habits. There are many useful expressions.
Right. We can say I have a habit of followed by a verb with ing.
For example, I have a habit of drinking coffee every morning.
Or I have a bad habit of interrupting people when they're talking.
We can also use frequency adverbs like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never.
For instance, I always brush my teeth before bed.
Or I never eat breakfast.
Another useful phrase is I tend to, which means you have a tendency or habit.
Like, I tend to stay up late on weekends.
Or I tend to overthink things.
We can also say I'm in the habit of to describe established routines.
For example, I'm in the habit of checking my email first thing in the morning.
And to talk about breaking habits, we say I'm trying to quit or I'm trying to stop.
Like, I'm trying to quit smoking.
Or I'm trying to stop eating so much sugar.
And for building new habits, we can say I'm working on or I'm trying to develop.
For example, I'm working on waking up earlier.
Or I'm trying to develop a meditation practice.
These phrases make your English sound much more natural.
Now let's discuss why habits are so important. Why do you think habits matter, Lina?
I think habits shape our lives. Our daily habits determine our health, success, and happiness.
That's profound. Can you give me an example?
Sure, if you have a habit of exercising regularly and eating well, you'll probably be healthier than someone who doesn't.
And if you have a habit of saving money every month, you'll be more financially stable.
Exactly. Small habits compound over time to create big results.
I read somewhere that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit.
That's a quote from Aristotle. It's so true.
Now let's talk about morning habits specifically. Many successful people swear by morning routines.
What are your morning habits, Adam?
Well, as I mentioned, I have a bad habit of checking my phone, but after that, I make my bed immediately.
Making your bed. That's a good habit. Why do you do it?
It gives me a sense of accomplishment first thing in the morning. It's a small win that sets a positive tone.
I've heard that before. What else?
I drink a full glass of water to rehydrate after sleeping. Then I do 5 minutes of stretching.
Stretching is great. It wakes up your body.
What are your morning habits besides the lemon water?
I have a habit of not looking at my phone for the first hour after waking up. Well, I'm trying to make that a habit.
That's a challenging one. What do you do instead?
I meditate for 10 minutes, do some light yoga, shower, and eat a healthy breakfast.
That's an impressive morning routine. How long does all of that take?
About an hour and a half. I wake up at 6 a.m. to give myself enough time.
Do you do this every single day, even weekends?
I try to. Consistency is key with habits, but I'm a bit more flexible on weekends.
Now let's talk about evening habits. What do you do every evening?
I have a habit of planning the next day before going to sleep.
How does that work?
I write down my top 3 priorities for the next day in my journal.
Does that help you sleep better?
Definitely. It clears my mind because I'm not worried about forgetting things.
That's smart. I should try that.
What are your evening habits?
I have a habit of turning off all screens 1 hour before bed. No TV, no phone, no computer.
Wow, that's discipline. How did you build that habit?
I noticed I was having trouble falling asleep, so I researched sleep hygiene. Blue light from screens disrupts sleep.
So, what do you do in that final hour?
That's when I read. Sometimes I also listen to calm music or do some light tidying around the house.
That sounds like a peaceful way to end the day.
Now, let's discuss some common bad habits people struggle with.
Procrastination is a big one. Do you procrastinate, Adam?
Absolutely. I have a terrible habit of putting off difficult tasks until the last minute.
What kind of tasks do you procrastinate on?
Usually things I find boring or intimidating, like doing my taxes or making difficult phone calls.
How do you deal with procrastination?
I've been using the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes, I do it immediately.
Does that work?
It helps with small tasks. For bigger projects, I break them into tiny steps.
That's a good strategy. What other bad habits do people commonly have?
Eating too much junk food is a common one.
Oh, yes. I have a habit of snacking late at night.
Really? What do you snack on?
Usually sweet things like cookies or chocolate. I know it's bad for my health and my sleep.
Have you tried to break this habit?
I've tried not buying junk food so it's not available at home, but then I just order delivery.
That's the problem with bad habits. They're hard to resist.
Another common bad habit is spending too much time on social media.
Guilty. I probably spend 2 or 3 hours a day on social media.
Do you want to reduce that?
I do. I've tried using app tamers that limit my usage, but I just ignore them.
Maybe you need a different strategy, like deleting the apps from your phone?
That might be too extreme, but you're right. I need to do something.
Now let's talk about how to successfully build good habits. What advice would you give?
First, start small. Don't try to change everything at once.
Exactly. If you want to start exercising, don't commit to going to the gym for 2 hours every day.
Right. Maybe start with just 10 minutes of walking.
Second tip, make it easy. Remove obstacles that prevent you from doing the habit.
For example, if you want to eat healthier, prepare healthy snacks in advance so they're ready when you're hungry.
Or if you want to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before.
Third tip, use triggers or cues. Link your new habit to an existing habit.
Can you give an example?
Sure. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 5 minutes.
The coffee is the trigger for the meditation.
Exactly. Fourth tip, track your progress.
I use a habit tracker app on my phone. Every day I complete a habit, I mark it off.
Does that motivate you?
Yes, seeing a chain of successful days makes me not want to break the streak.
Fifth tip, be patient. Habits take time to form.
Some research says it takes 21 days. Other studies say 66 days or even longer.
It depends on the habit and the person. The key is consistency.
And sixth tip, don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up.
Missing one day doesn't ruin everything. Just get back on track the next day.
Exactly. Progress, not perfection.
Now let's discuss some workplace habits. What are good professional habits?
Being punctual is a crucial habit. I make it a point to always arrive 5 minutes early.
That's a great habit. It shows respect for other people's time.
What professional habits do you have?
I have a habit of responding to emails within 24 hours, even if it's just to say I'll get back to them later.
That's professional. What about bad workplace habits?
Multitasking during meetings is a bad habit I've seen. People checking phones or doing other work.
I agree. It's disrespectful. I'm guilty of that sometimes.
Another bad habit is complaining constantly without offering solutions.
Oh, yes. Negative attitudes can be contagious in the workplace.
Let's talk about health habits now. What healthy habits have you developed?
Besides exercise, I have a habit of drinking 8 glasses of water every day.
How do you remember to drink that much water?
I carry a water bottle with me everywhere. When it's empty, I refill it.
That's smart. Visual reminders help.
What health habits do you practice?
I've developed a habit of taking the stairs instead of the elevator whenever possible.
Every little bit of movement counts.
I also have a habit of packing a healthy lunch instead of buying fast food.
That saves money and improves your health.
Now, let's talk about learning habits, since our viewers are learning English.
Great idea. What habits help with language learning?
Consistency is the most important habit. Studying for 15 minutes every day is better than studying for 2 hours once a week.
Absolutely. I have a habit of reviewing new vocabulary every morning during breakfast.
How do you review it?
I use flashcard apps on my phone. Just 5 minutes of review helps words stick in my memory.
Another good habit is practicing speaking out loud even when you're alone.
Yes, I talk to myself in English while I'm cooking or cleaning.
People might think you're crazy, but it really helps.
Who cares what people think if it improves your English?
What about reading habits?
I have a habit of reading English articles or books for at least 20 minutes every day.
Does it have to be difficult material?
No, read things you enjoy. Comics, magazines, novels, news articles, whatever interests you.
The habit of consuming English content is what matters.
Another great habit is watching English videos or shows without subtitles.
That's challenging. How long did it take before you could understand without subtitles?
Months. At first, I understood maybe 30%. Now I understand about 80 to 90%.
That's impressive progress. The habit of regular exposure is key.
Now let's review the most important vocabulary about habits.
Good idea. Let's start with the word habit itself. It means a regular behavior or routine.
A habit is something you do often, usually without thinking about it consciously.
We can have good habits and bad habits.
A routine is similar to a habit, but it usually refers to a sequence of actions.
For example, your morning routine might include several different habits.
Right. The word consistency is important when talking about habits.
Consistency means doing something regularly without interruption.
If you want to build a habit, you need to be consistent.
Another key word is willpower, the mental strength to do something difficult.
Breaking bad habits requires willpower.
The phrase break a habit means to stop doing something you usually do.
And build a habit or form a habit means to start doing something regularly.
We also use kick a habit, which means to break a bad habit, especially addictions.
Like, I'm trying to kick my coffee addiction.
The word tendency means a habitual inclination.
For example, I have a tendency to oversleep on weekends.
The word automatic means something you do without conscious thought.
Once a habit becomes automatic, it's much easier to maintain.
The phrase force of habit means doing something just because you always do it.
Like, I still drive to my old office building sometimes, just out of force of habit.
Trigger is an important word. It's the cue that starts a habitual behavior.
Stress is a common trigger for bad habits like smoking or overeating.
Relapse means going back to a bad habit after you've stopped.
Many people relapse when trying to quit smoking.
These vocabulary words will help you talk about habits naturally.
Now, let's summarize everything we discussed today.
We started by talking about what habits are, repeated behaviors that become automatic.
We discussed the difference between good habits and bad habits.
We shared personal examples of our own habits, both good and bad.
We talked about morning habits, evening habits, workplace habits, and health habits.
We explained useful phrases for describing habits like I have a habit of, I tend to, and I'm in the habit of.
We gave tips for building good habits. Start small, make it easy, use triggers, track progress, and be patient.
We discussed how to break bad habits and the challenges involved.
And we talked about habits specifically related to learning English.
Now it's time for our question of the day.
Today's question is, what's one good habit you want to build in the next month?
Think about something positive you want to start doing regularly.
It could be exercising, reading, meditating, learning new vocabulary, or anything else.
For me, I want to build a habit of meditating for 10 minutes every morning.
That's a wonderful goal. For me, I want to build a habit of drinking less coffee and more water.
Those are both achievable habits. So everyone watching, what about you?
Write in the comments, I want to build a habit of, and complete the sentence.
Maybe you want to practice English every day. Go to bed earlier, eat more vegetables, or call your family weekly.
Whatever it is, share it with us. Writing it down makes you more accountable.
And we read every comment. We love hearing from you.
Sharing your goal publicly increases your chances of success.
Well, everyone, that's all for today's conversation about habits.
Thank you so much for watching and practicing your English with us.
We hope you learned useful vocabulary and phrases for talking about habits.
Remember, building good habits takes time and effort, but it's worth it.
Start small, be consistent, and don't give up if you slip up occasionally.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up.
And subscribe to Adam and Lina Podcast for more practical English conversation lessons.
Click the bell icon to get notified when we upload new videos.
Share this video with friends who are learning English or trying to build better habits.
From all of us at Adam and Lina Podcast,
Keep learning, keep practicing, keep building great habits, and have a fantastic day. Goodbye, everyone.
see you next time. Take care.